Let's see what we got here. Yo, what is up? I think I'm live, and I see a few people in the chat. How you guys doing? Cool. All right, let's get this. So I had a bunch of Q&A questions that people sent in. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to shoot them in a little message board down there, and I'll do my best to give you the most accurate answers possible. Let me jump to it. I've actually got one right here. So from the top of this question says, other than the single, what else is coming from you guys this year? Obviously, if you don't know, which if you're in this live stream, you're probably familiar. We just announced today that our debut album, self-titled album through Fearless Records, is dropping on March 31st. We actually have pre-orders live. It's all going right now, so we're super stoked about it. We've been working on this album for what feels like forever, and we're just so excited about all the songs and the tracks we have going on. I mean, it's going to be huge, so we're super stoked about that. Looks like we got Tyler in the chat. He asked if we need a drummer. Yeah, just make sure you bring your own gear. We got you. So another question we got was for the music video. It was asked, how did this experience of making this music video differ from your other ones? And I'll be honest, the main difference for us was we actually shot it somewhere outside of Arizona, which was like kind of a cool experience. We're from Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, if you don't know, Mesa, Gilbert area. And all of our videos we've shot have been local to Phoenix, local to Arizona. And this last video we shot for What If I Fall, we were actually at the end of our tour with Secrets and Dead American. And our last show was in Anaheim. And the next day we're like, hey, let's shoot a video. Let's make it happen. And we're like, all right. So we're at the end of a tour run of like 27 shows or something like that. And we were kind of dead, but that was like almost like the end of the tour being like, heck yeah, we got a video to shoot. Like, it's going to be hype. So we ended up shooting this video. We got a really cool spot in LA. Obviously, you guys are going to get to see that pretty soon. And then, of course, just the cinematography with everything. We have a few actors that are involved in it, which was so much fun for us to be able to interact with them. They're such good people, and to be able to bring the vision to life that we had is pretty awesome. So yeah, I would say that would probably be the main difference. We're in LA. We're shooting in the heart of where film and music really kind of blew up and is currently still blowing up. So we're stoked to be a part of that and bring that quality to our band and what we do. So let's see what other questions we got here. Besides people clowning Tyler and his drums. Where would you say, this is from SO Powerful One, where would you say you draw a lot of your influences from? Personally, for me, I mean, I can speak a little bit on everyone else, but for me, a lot of my influences growing up were rooted in Linkin Park, which was like a huge band for me growing up. My buddy Garrett, I used to go over to his house. We do like, we just hang out all day playing Nintendo 64 and just jamming Hybrid Theory. And that was like nostalgia 101 for me. Anytime I listen to that album, I go back to those times where life was simple, just hanging out with friends and enjoying the simple things. And that music just stuck with me throughout my years. And then eventually, obviously, into the music I play today. I mean, Chester's a huge influence on my vocals and the screaming style, the singing style, and just the raw emotion that he puts into his music, and that he, the legacy he left behind is something that's really inspiring for me as a vocalist. So that's definitely one of my favorite influences as far as it goes into music. Actually, what's funny is I used to work at a In-N-Out Burger back in the day, and Chester Bennington actually used to live in Gilbert, in the area that I lived. And there was one time he came through the drive-through, and I didn't recognize it was him yet until he gave me his card and I had to swipe it. And I was like, yo, this is a heavy card. It was like a metal card. And I'm swiping it like, geez, this person's got some money. What's going on? And I look at the name on the card and I see Chester Bennington and I'm like, oh shoot. And I look over and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm freaking out, heavy sweats, uh, breathing. I couldn't handle it. But I basically told him like, yo, you don't happen to be the same Chester Bennington as the one in Lincoln Park. And he's like, yeah, that's me. And I was like, awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you. I shook his hand and gave him his card and said, have a nice day. So seemed like a pretty cool dude, super down to earth. So let me get to another question here. I saw this one earlier. Someone asked, how would you rank everyone in the band's hairstyle? So it might get a little toxic in here. We got 5 dudes in the band for those of you guys that don't know. If you check out our YouTube or our social media, you'll see all our cute mugs up top on there in our profiles. But I would say as far as hair goes, my personal favorite has got to be Jared. He's our guitarist, and he has locks like Samson of, I mean, they're just beautiful. He's got such long hair. You'll see in the video, the dude, every time he headbangs, I'm like, dude, I wish I could look that cool with like no effort at all. So Jared's number 1. Number 2, I'm gonna have to go with Brandon, which also plays guitar. Maybe I got to think for guitarist. I don't know. Brandon, he's got some pretty sick hair. He's got some highlights and stuff like that. He put some time into it. Maybe a little too much. We kind of dog on him. He's always, trying to make sure his hair is perfect. And yeah, sorry, too much shade. Number 3 is probably got to be. Shoot, I can't pick. I got to look humble. I got to pick Tyler. Tyler's hair is clutch. He's been growing it out, and yeah, we'll go with Tyler. I'll take number 4, which means number 5. Sorry, Kai. He plays bass for us, backup vocals live. Super talented dude, always involved with our admin stuff, and he's a freaking workhorse. But maybe we might want to spend a little bit more time on the haircut. That might I'm sorry. They can't even get back at me right now because I'm just by myself doing this thing. So I'll probably hear from them later. But this might be just a roast of Archetypes Collide at this point. Let me see what else we got. So I know someone asked what was the meaning behind "What If I Fall," our new song, and ultimately when oh no, Kai's in the chat. Hey Kai, perfect timing. So ultimately, when we were writing "What If I Fall," the lyric angle behind all of that was coming from a place where we had just signed our first record deal with Fearless Records. Before then, it was all just local. We're grinding. We're running our own thing. We're recording EPs. We're recording singles. We're shooting our own music videos. I mean, it was just a grind, and we kind of built up this consistency of what felt comfortable to us. Like, okay, like we've done this a few times before. Shoot a video, play a show locally, go record, whatever it may be. And after we signed with Fearless, there was this kind of realization of like, oh, like this is starting to become a thing that we're not just pulling a dog on a leash trying to get this band to move. More like the dog's starting to pull us now. It's pulling us down the road. Here we go. And that kind of paradigm shift for me personally was where "What If I Fall" really came out of. Just the idea of like, hey, we've built up such a strong, comfortable sense of like what it is to be a band, and our chemistry is so great. And through the process of that, kind of realizing, hey, this is going to get a little bit bigger than us, that we can maybe even control ourselves. And there's that fear of like, hey, am I going to screw up everything that I've got going for me, whether it be my family or with my friends at home, or with all my friends in this band and the people we work with in our team. Like there's a lot of pressure to perform and get it right, and to not let anyone down. And like, don't get me wrong, like the team at Fearless, our management with Tom Gutches and Ashi Bashar, like, I mean, our team has been so supportive of us through all of this. And I mean, the ability to write what we want to write and to be able to record how we want to do it, and to be able to take that to the next level because of the team we have, has been like the greatest experience. But I think personally for me, it's definitely one of those just in the back of my head thinking like, man, I really don't want to let anyone down. I don't want to screw this up. I don't want to waste this away. And that's where What If I Fall really stems out of. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. We kind of set ourselves up in a comfortable bubble. And if we want to push outside of that to grow, it presents the risk of potentially screwing everything up. So that's what If I Fall is all about. If we go to, let me see if you guys got any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I think I got about 4 minutes left to run this thing before we get to the debut of our music video for What If I Fall. Um, let's see. So there's another one here. Someone asked Chick-fil-A or Cane's. And that's a pretty polarizing question because I am a sucker for a spicy chicken deluxe at Chick-fil-A. But being on tour, Cane's is always open late. And if you know how shows go, we're usually out pretty late into the late hours of the night. And to have a Cane's to show up to, at 12 o'clock at night to get some chicken, that's definitely converted me over to the Cane's side lately. So, yeah, I mean, it's straight carb load. So you sleep really well too. It's a good time. Let's see. Questions about, I think John S. Will you tour in Texas again? More tour dates. All I can say is, yes, last year we did like 70 shows. I want to say it was pretty close to 70 shows, including the festivals we did and stuff. 2 full tours that were like, a month and a half, 2 months long. All I can say right now is we have a lot of cool stuff that you'll find out very soon that we have in the works, and some good friends that we'll link up with and get on the road and jam. So we're really excited about that. As far as dates, as far as where we're going, I'm gonna bite my tongue on that one. But yeah, obviously Texas is a pretty big state, and they show a lot of love for us. So we'll be back there soon. Let's see. I got another question here. So someone asked, would we be open with collaborating with artists outside of our genre, whether it be pop, country, rap, anything like that? I think for us, this album was definitely a stab at that. Although it was all pretty internal. We brought a few friends in as far as producing and some co-writing and stuff like that. But a lot of our songs were like, hey, let's do something like this, and we just ran with it. And I think that's kind of in the name for Archetypes Collide that we strive for, is to like, let's collide a bunch of different genre archetypes, right? All under this rock umbrella. But just the idea of slamming stuff together and like, yo, let's write a fun, pop EDM song. Let's write a super heavy metalcore song. Let's write the in between where we've got some grooves and we got some vibes, and then we've, go straight into a breakdown. And I think this album totally encapsulates everything within that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm super excited about this album. And just a reminder, this album, we announced it today, our self-titled debut album with Fearless Records. It comes out on March 31st. So that's essentially 2 months from now. We have pre-orders live. If you go to our social media pages, we got a bunch of links to that. We got new merch. We got vinyls for the first time. We got hard copy CDs. We got it all. And honestly, yeah, we're loving every second of it. So definitely check that out. Obviously, as a band, merch and the ability to get our music out and our word out is huge for us. So all the support you guys show for us, I mean, it does wonders. So definitely check out the pre-orders. Cop a shirt, cop a jacket, a vinyl. It's all good stuff, and we're pretty stoked with all the designs we got. So definitely check that out. I think this is probably coming to the end of this live stream, because it is almost 1:15. So What If I Fall, our debut music video for our debut self-titled album that's coming out March 31st. I'm stoked. So I'll just stop talking, and I'll let you guys get to it. So hope you guys love it. Let us know what you think. And like I said, pre-orders are live. Go check it out, and we'll see you soon on the road. Love you guys.